What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Bartley and Barnes, coming to you not live, but recorded from Sacramento, California. And Keith, man, this is an exciting day because we literally just did our Apocalypse Movie League fantasy football draft.
Yes.
And it was pretty fun, man.
It was.
It was nice to hang out, have a drink or so,
Yeah.
have a couple, some snacks. How you feeling about your team, man?
Way better than I did last year, for sure.
That's true.
But, yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Last year was Keith's first time playing fantasy football,
Yeah.
and I won't say what he did in the first round, but wasn't the smartest thing. But who knows? I like your team a lot this year, man. I like your team a lot this year. This league is crazy, guys. We got so many people talking so much crap, and also immediately after the draft ends, even before it ended, people are talking trades. So
already.
A crazy, crazy fun league. But we're not here to talk about fantasy football. But maybe we'll give updates every other, because there'll be weeks where we play each other and just things like that. It's fun to talk about. But obviously, we're here to talk about movies, TV, everything else, and mostly today, we're primarily going to talk about D-23. I mean, we're a movie podcast, a fandom podcast, I would say. Yeah. And D-23 just happened. And, of course, we're going to talk about it. And we're also going to just talk about what we've been watching lately. Let's jump into what we've been watching lately first, man. I'll go first for one thing. I'll just give a quick update on Sopranos. Okay. I just finished season 3.
Okay.
And here's the thing. We're not going to get into spoilers yet. We're going to get into spoilers after I finish it. We're going to do a whole episode on Sopranos. But I'll just say it feels like, in a way, and this is up for debate, but it feels like they keep upping the ante from season 1, 2 to 3. Mm-hmm. And there's an argument to be made that maybe season 2 was higher stakes than season 3. I don't know if you remember exactly what happens in season 3.
Yeah.
But it's all crazy. Like, just when I thought, season 3's going kind of slow, like, nothing's really happening, and then, like, the last 3 or 4 episodes, like, oh my goodness, are you kidding me? And there's a certain relationship in season 3, which I seriously thought was like, that's going to be, like, throughout the whole series, that's going to be who these people are going to be, like, together when the series ends. Not the case. So, we'll talk more about that. But I'll just tell you right now,
go ahead.
I love it even more.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Matt just asked, are you referring to, not spoilers, Jackie Jr.?
Yes.
Jackie? Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, we'll end that there.
That storyline was one of my favorites.
Crazy. And I actually, alright, I'm not saying he was a good guy.
No, he was not.
He wasn't at all, but I liked the character. Like, as an interesting...
Sure.
He was stupid. Like,
right.
And actually literally stupid.
And exactly.
But I thought for the show, his character made the show more intriguing. And when I say I like the character. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to get into it, but yeah. His thing was Tony, because Tony wanted him to go to school, and he was trying his best to keep
Jackie
him out
Aprile was Tony's best friend.
Right. And
like, since childhood,
Tony looked up to him,
at least since, adolescent age.
And I think he's going to be in the movie, I think.
That would make sense.
My
goodness.
Yeah.
Dude, that movie, I can't wait for that movie,
man.
Man. Because, that's the thing, because I remember, stories they're telling about when they were growing up younger, and Jackie was his best friend, and he mentions it several times that Jackie was his best friend. And I forget the name of the character, but he's the most despicable character that I freaking hate so much.
Ralph Cifaretto.
Okay. So, Ralph Cifaretto is the character we're talking about.
Yeah.
I freaking hate this guy so much, dude. Like, you don't watch Game of Thrones, but I was going to say, he's like the little finger of the Sopranos. Already, though. In season 3.
Dude, wait till season 4.
Just wait. Just in season 3.
Can't wait for you to get through season 3.
I freaking hate this guy, dude.
Okay.
Like, with a passion.
With him, I'm telling you, it's going to
just the way that the thing is, I don't know if he
did a horrible thing.
Straight idiot, or if he's doing stuff on purpose.
Yes. No, he's doing
like everything that he does is on purpose. But if that's true,
it's a little of both. But
if it's true, if it's all intentional, he's a terrible human being.
He did a horrible,
he definitely
thing.
He's an antagonist, I would say.
What he did at the bada bing to that poor girl, we're not going to talk about that, but it was just terrible. So that right away.
And how he kind of set up the ending of season 3, the tragedy at the end of season 3.
Right.
And I don't know if that was intentional or not.
I think that was inadvertent. But then you wonder, that's the thing. But then you wonder, what if he knew they were going to...
Because there's no way... Because he knew what he was doing. So basically, you have no idea what we're talking about if you haven't seen the series. But if you do, then you know. So, but like I said, we will talk about the whole series as a whole. And I don't want to really miss anything. I kind of want to prepare some notes for that podcast because I want to go through season 1 through 6 and just talk about the whole thing. So if you're a Sopranos fan, stay tuned for that episode.
I'm telling you, if you hate him now, season 4, it's gonna. I can't wait for you to get through that.
We'll see. We already spoiled it for people saying that he survived to season 4, but but we'll see. So what would you say is the most exciting thing you've watched lately?
Okay, so I wouldn't call this exciting. Oh, you know, I'll tell you something I started and I feel bad I didn't finish it again. I know,
something. Dude, you're always mentioning movies that you started and you didn't finish.
I started Overlord.
Interesting. I heard it's good
so far. Yeah, I'm really interested. Remember, way back about a year and a half ago, in an earlier iteration of this show, when we were doing the weekly Apocalypse movie show, we talked about 10 Clover. Or no, I mean.
I know what you're talking about. Cloverfield Paradox.
Paradox, yeah.
Yep.
And we're talking about Overlord. I mentioned
that terrible movie.
Awful. This stupid movie. Anyway.
Even though, what's her name? Who's the lead of that movie? She was Will Smith's wife in Concussion.
Yeah. I like her. Yeah, she's good.
She's might be the most gorgeous woman alive. Honestly, she's. What is her name? She has a weird. British she has an odd name.
Yeah, I think she's got like an African name. She's British, but anyway. I remember mentioning that the next Cloverfield movie was going to be set in World War II, and it was going to be.
Oh yeah, like they were going to tie this into it.
J.J. Abrams was. I thought, and it turned out it was Overlord, and people thought that for the longest time going in, but it's not. It's not a Cloverfield movie.
Google Mbatha Ra.
Yes,
dude. There's a movie. What movie was it? It's like a period piece, and it's actually a period piece. Oh, Belle.
Okay.
That movie's great, first of all,
Belle.
But she is just so gorgeous. Like. Yeah, she really is.
And the very tall actress from the Gold Queen lady from Guardians of the Galaxy, those gold people.
Oh, I know. Yeah, she is. I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
So and Daniel Brühl. There's a lot of MCU people. Anyway,
the cast was amazing.
It was a good cast.
And,
right.
The concept was good too. And
dumb movie.
Terrible film.
Whatever. But we thought Overlord.
Is it Elizabeth Debicki?
Elizabeth Debicki.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
That was from the brain, not Google this time. I had to look up Google and Mbatha Ra, but...
Well done. Overlord starts off as pretty good. It's there's a guy from... another thing I actually just...
Well, I heard Overlord's awesome.
It's, and I haven't gotten to the really crazy stuff yet, but... the opening scene's pretty good. It's kind of a Saving Private Ryan type of opening where it's D-Day, except they're in the air and they got a parajump onto the beach, and it is just... It's a really... It takes you right in there, man.
Wow.
And they're doing it at night, too. And so, but anyway, so I started that, so I got to finish that. But I finally finished Umbrella Academy.
Oh, nice. Yes, we did talk about that last time.
Oh, it's good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Man,
It's
I don't
different,
know.
Slightly different.
So, obviously, when you make a recommendation, I want to watch it. But I just had no interest in that show. I don't know why.
I didn't either, but my daughters loved it.
Yeah.
So they're like, Dad, you should start watching Umbrella Academy. I was like, all right. So I just watched the first one. Okay, pretty good.
And it is comic book stuff, right?
Yeah, it is. And so now I want to read it, because this one's mostly based on the first one, and there's some elements from the second series of books, a volume of books that they put into this first season of the show. But the only kind of the biggest name in there, the biggest name is Mary J. Blige, but as far as actors go, Ellen Page probably kind of the most.
Yeah, true.
Because I didn't really recognize anyone else too much. There's a guy, actually one of the actors from Overlord is in this movie as well. So when I started Overlord, I was like, hey, this guy's in Umbrella Academy. But yeah, it's good. It's really good. It's weird, but it's kind of the story overall. It's basically, and I had read little bits of it over the years because it came out like 12 years ago. Now I always heard, and I think this is accurate. It's basically it's like X-Men. It's like the Dark Phoenix saga almost. It plays out kind of like that, and I can't really say too much more than that without spoiling, but by the time you get to the end, that's what I was thinking. Like, oh my gosh, this is basically like the Dark Phoenix saga, but way better, way better. Well, better than the movies. I mean, the comic version and the TV series was good, but no, Umbrella. I highly recommend it. It's pretty good. I'm definitely looking forward to season 3. I'm sorry, season 2. There's time travel and there's a lot of of cool elements in it. That,
I'm gonna check it. I mean, I'm watching so really many things right now. Everything else that I'm watching is on pause because I'm watching Sopranos. Yeah. I can't say, oh, I'm gonna watch this instead.
Right.
I mean, We'll talk about another show that I just started that I'm fixing into my schedule, but I can't. Because I was watching Lucifer, right? I have not watched Lucifer for like a month because I started watching Sopranos.
Yeah.
I will finish Lucifer. I love Lucifer, but Sopranos is like a once in a lifetime thing, and it's like for you Game of Thrones fans, you'll know this feeling. But it's like Game of Thrones. There's no feeling like when you're in the show when it's like actually airing and you're waiting till that next episode, right?
Yeah.
Imagine getting to watch, just binge watching Game of Thrones for the first time and but not having seen it. Like, that's how I feel as watching Sopranos right now. Like, it's just crazy.
Whenever I get into Game of Thrones, that'll be me, probably. Maybe, I don't know if I can.
Dude, I think you'll love it, man. You like fantasy, sci-fi stuff. It's not really sci-fi, but you like fantasy stuff, like geek culture stuff. Yeah. I think it's something that you'll be into.
Yeah.
So as far as films go, I watched Good Boys lately. I freaking love Good Boys. I'll tell you right now, Good Boys is in my top 5 movies of the year.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Okay.
It's in my top 5. It surpassed. So my 5 and 6 spot were, I believe they were Captain Marvel and I think maybe Us. Let me just double check real quick.
Yeah, Us. Yeah.
All right. So it was my 5 and 6 spot were Captain Marvel and Us. So now I have Good Boys above that. So I have Endgame, John Wick 3, Aladdin, Far From Home, and Good Boys.
Wow. Okay.
I love Good Boys. Right. So basically, like I was saying earlier, it's Superbad with 11-year-olds.
Yeah.
And you might think that sounds like so inappropriate, but like it's not the same way, right? It's so the things that were crazy to 11-year-olds is how they kind of play it, and that they kind of show this in the trailer, but they treat like drinking one beer, like not even finishing the beer, but just taking a sip of the beer is like a huge thing.
Right.
It's like, it's like seniors in high school, doing Molly for the first time or something like that. Like, just like going to like kissing a girl or something. It's such a huge deal.
Yeah.
Dude, it's hilarious. And I hate how sometimes movies and TV shows, they treat kids like they're so innocent. When you're 11, I don't know about you, but me, like I'm cursed. We were cursing and just doing all these crazy things, and it's exaggerated, obviously, because it's a movie, but it's so funny. And Jacob Tremblay is fantastic. Did you ever see Room?
Yes.
With Brie Larson?
Yeah.
Dude, Jacob Tremblay is going to be a superstar in Hollywood for the next 45 years. Yeah. Like, no joke. As long as he doesn't get into any trouble and he stays on the right path and doesn't get into any trouble, he's a fantastic actor.
He's incredible, right.
He's a fantastic actor.
And how was he, 13, something like that?
Something like that, dude. Yeah, and I loved Good Boys. And I also saw Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. It wasn't bad. Okay. It wasn't bad. I'm not familiar with the book series at all. I heard it's like a more adult version of Goosebumps, the book series.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting. But it wasn't terrible. It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible.
Is it one story? Is it a series
Yes, it is.
Stories?
So that's
just one story.
It's one story. I thought it was like that
That's what I was thinking.
I thought it was like an anthology movie where it's like different.
Right.
Kind of like a Twilight Zone movie or a Freak Show movie. But it's not. It's one story, but it's the way it uses different stories to tell one story, which when you watch it makes sense. But I wouldn't run out to the theaters to see it. And you know what's good about this movie? You could totally watch this with your kids at home. Okay. So as long as none of them are too scared of scary movies, there's some scary parts, but for kids. Yeah. So this will be a perfect movie for you to rent with your kids at home, and you guys make some popcorn and just watch. So I would definitely do that when it comes out.
I just to throw back to another one. I just remembered that you mentioned that. I rented it because they really wanted to see it.
You've seen it though, right?
I saw it in theater. I saw it. That not opening weekend, but like the Tuesday after.
Yeah.
And I hadn't seen it since. It popped up on HBO for a little while, and it was gone.
Really?
But yeah, it was weird.
Oh, they took because it's coming out soon. That's why, because they know people will pay to watch it again.
Well, see, because now it's in Redbox again.
Of course, yeah,
because of the new one. So we were watching the trailers, and you can watch. It's a great trailer. I think Jake and Gabby did another trailer reaction.
Yes, they did the sequel to their first trailer reaction. That skyrocketed our subscriptions on apocalypsemovies.com. Subscribe if you haven't.
Yes. Yes. Subscribe.
Plug.
And all that stuff. So yeah, go watch the new reactions to that one. But so we were watching that, and so they're like, Dad, can we watch it? And I was like, well, I was really thinking about it. I was like, that might be a little too intense for them. They're getting older. They're 13, 14, 15. They love Stranger Things, and I really thought about it. I was like, well, it's really not much more intense or scarier than Stranger Things, really. I mean, so I was like, yeah, all right, I guess. So I went and rented it, put it on.
It's a lot scarier than Stranger Things.
Oh, it is. But if you really think about it, it's not.
As far it's rated, it's PG-13. Oh no, it is rated R.
It's R, but it's R. I think mostly because of the cursing.
That's
a lot of F.
It's not like there's nudity and like throats getting slit and things like that.
It's not that much of that. So once they actually watched it, they liked it. They were like, oh, it's not as scary as I thought. Of course, the scene with the...
I think I'm more scared of it than them, dude. Clown is so terrifying. I can't even deal with it.
I find them annoying. That's how my daughters were.
Really?
Really annoying.
So, did you ever watch the TV miniseries?
And I watched
it's
cheesy,
but...
Yeah, I didn't...
So what, you just think overall that Pennywise is annoying?
No, I can see how it would be scary in the way he stalks people, but stalks these kids. But some of the stuff he does, it's just like, would you shut up? Like, can you just?
You mean just his over the topness?
Yeah, the way he's always and doing all this crazy, stupid stuff and talking all weird, saying weird stuff. Like, are you? All right. I don't know. It's kind of like.
Well, I'm terrified of clowns, so. I have been ever since I was a kid.
See, I thought Freddy Krueger was funny. Like, to me,
he's kind of like that.
He's kind of like a Freddy Krueger.
He's way more similar to Freddy Krueger than he is to Michael Myers or Jason,
Freddy was way more sadistic than, I think. But Pennywise, he's literally eating these kids, so it's like, he just likes to, he feeds off their fear, so, he just likes to kind of F them a little bit to get them even more scared. So I get it, but just some of the silly stuff he does, because he's trying to scare kids, right? So he does a lot of weird stuff that he knows will scare the crap out of children. But I'm intrigued by the new one, although I'm seeing some of the reviews are kind of a little iffy. And the runtime for the new one is 2 hours and 45 minutes.
I saw that.
I don't know about that, man.
All right, so the book is super long.
It is.
And I think they're trying to
adapt
the book.
There's a lot of weird stuff in it.
Dude, that most recent trailer looks amazing.
It does.
It looks epic.
That's what got my kids like, oh, can we watch it? I was like, all right, yeah, because it does. It looks awesome. But it just seems like, I don't know, why is it so long? Because there's a lot of weird stuff that they've cut out.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
But
I don't have the patience for these. After I saw the first one, I just kind of got a little obsessed with the mythology, right? Yeah. And I looked everything up, and apparently he's a celestial being that's been around for since the beginning of time or something like that. And his arch nemesis is a giant floating turtle who's also a celestial being. Yeah. And I heard they might dive into that in the film.
That's so weird.
All right.
They referenced the turtle. No. There were a few references to the turtle in the first movie.
Really? What? How so?
So there'd be like a little, like the one kid had a little toy.
But like turtle. An Easter egg like that, but not like actually.
There would be like not references to the creature.
Yeah.
But there was this little turtle.
Okay, like Easter eggs, but not like Pennywise saying like, "Oh, I had this old nemesis," nothing like that, right?
No,
okay.
No. And I guess he does he brings them in, or he appears to them and tells them how to beat them, or whatever. It's something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I'm intrigued by the cast of the new one looks great. Of course, with Professor X. What's his name? McAvoy, James McAvoy. Yes.
I love the adult cast.
Bill Hader. I mean, it looks.
I love the adult cast.
Yeah. The guy from the Old Spice commercials plays.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's. Oh, I heard. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Interesting.
So, it was good. Yeah. So I watched it. It's a good movie. I'd forgotten how good it was.
It is. The first one is a good movie.
Yeah. It's good. So I'm curious to see. And he's gonna Andy Muschietti or something like that.
Oh yes. Oh, he's gonna direct Flash.
Doing the Flash.
Supposedly.
If
we'll see.
Right.
But that's a good choice. If they are. Yeah.
Right. So we'll
Interesting. See. Yeah. And just one last thing. I started watching The Office. I'm only 3 episodes in.
Yeah.
But it's about time, right?
Yeah.
I need to watch The Office. I need to watch Friends. So I'm starting with The Office.
Okay.
And, I mean, I love Steve Carell. 40-Year-Old Virgin is in my top 5 favorite movies of all time.
Yeah. Okay.
And part of it is because of Steve Carell's performance. But I'm curious because it's almost like, and you've seen the whole thing, right? So I like it. It's enjoyable. I've seen other episodes of The Office too, and it's hilarious, right? Overall. But Michael Scott is a terrible human being. All right, at least in the first season, right? Terrible human being, straight a-hole, no redeemable qualities, just straight bad person. So it's almost like, all right, let's make this guy look like the biggest dick ever so we can maybe redeem him later on in the series. Am I wrong?
Okay. They definitely the show was because it's like six episodes, right, for the first season. It was like a mid-season replacement.
Oh, like they weren't planning on doing.
No.
Yeah.
And they got such high.
Yeah. It's that short, the first season. Oh
yeah,
wow, I'm already almost done there.
Yeah.
Same with Parks and Rec. It was short.
I read about it.
It was same thing.
It was the same. I think it was the same situation. Michael Scott was quite unlikable. That was one of the things that a lot of the feedback they got about his character, and they went back and they changed him. You'll see a change almost right away as soon as you start season 2. Certainly going forward, you will see a change in him.
I'm sure. I mean, they're not going to have him be. You can't be the main character on a show and just be.
He doesn't act like that the rest of the
dude. That's why Chris Rock stuff in the first what? It's hilarious, but it's just like, yes, this is a good 6-episode thing, but there's no way you can have this character maintain the whole entire show. Which, obviously, I'm not judging it off of that, but I just figured, like, I know for sure he adapts as a character throughout the whole series.
Because well, like I said, that was the word I would hear about him. Just unlikable person. And then,
I mean, Steve Carell does a good job of portraying that. Yeah, but that's what he's.
And he even changed because he had this the super slick back hair.
Oh yeah,
they even changed his appearance a little bit to make him more. So he gets a whole lot better. He's the most beloved character on there now because to the point where when he left the show just.
Absolutely. I mean, he's the main character as well, and the biggest name on the show as well. But I can't wait. I'm stoked now to just continue watching The Office. And I was mentioning Sopranos earlier. I like having a balance, right? Like a heavy drama and a comedy that I'm balancing watching his new shows. And it's perfect. It's a perfect combination. Perfect combination. Yeah. Any other last mentions?
That was about it. I think I rewatched a movie I hadn't seen in a couple of years. I don't remember the last time I saw it, but I watched Inception last week. That movie's awesome.
I love Inception.
So good, man.
Hold on.
That might be my favorite Nolan.
That's what I was gonna say. It might be my favorite Nolan movie, but I have to give that a sec. Oh,
I really love Interstellar.
No, sorry, The Dark Knight. But it's almost hard not to count The Dark. Like I almost kind of.
It's tough. I know.
I almost want to say, other than The Dark Knight, this is my favorite Nolan movie. You know what I mean?
I might go.
But no, it's not hard. But I mean, yeah. Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, it is.
Man,
I love Inception, and I love the concept because I've been obsessed with dreams my whole entire life,
me too,
and just the whole concept of it and the psychological aspect of it all. And because of Inception, I kind of started reading all these dream books and all that stuff, and what this stuff means. And I love that idea where, like, you know, it's almost, and I like the beginning of the movie, like it's like a heist movie, right? You're breaking into someone's dreams to try to steal like a code to a combination or something like that, you know. And that's I love Inception.
You know, there's a prequel comic apparently that came out around the time that was based on that opening.
Really,
that opening scene there in the middle of this mission that they. I guess they failed.
I have a Nolan section in my movie collection somewhere. I'm trying somewhere around here. I'm trying to find it. Oh, I love the Prestige.
Oh, I see right there.
I love the Prestige.
Yeah, I'm not that big.
You don't like this Prestige?
It's okay.
The ending kind of is weird, but I like the Prestige.
Yeah, it's alright. They're both.
You know what's funny? I own Memento. I never finished. Like,
really?
I always start it. I'm like, I'm gonna watch this movie tonight, and I just
so nerve-wracking.
In the first like 20 minutes, I always fall asleep. Not because I'm bored, but I always put it on like when I'm tired.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to make yourself sit and watch it. It's like, what is going on? And you get to the end.
Yeah, it is weird because it keeps like rewinding to. Yeah.
But no, there's a prequel comic apparently about Inception, about that mission, the Cobalt company, I guess, that they were working for.
And what a cast! Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Tom Hardy.
Exactly, Tom Hardy was so cool in this movie, man. Have you heard about his new film, Tenet?
Yeah.
Apparently, they're showing trailers.
John David Washington and
Robert Pattinson,
and
Elizabeth Debicki, who's in it. Aaron Taylor Johnson, Michael Caine, of course, is in all his movies. Apparently, it involves time travel. So my head's already hurting.
Interesting.
But I'm hearing that it might be related to Inception. Maybe.
That would be cool.
We thought that about. They always say that about Nolan movies.
I think Dunkirk is related to Inception.
Dunkirk could be. Yeah, right.
Oh no, Dunkirk is related to what's it called?
No,
Interstellar. Because I was confused in Dunkirk, man. I was like, what's going on?
You know what? I love Dunkirk. That might be.
I'm not a big fan of Dunkirk.
Really? Oh my god! I thought it was the best film of the year.
Trying to make movies so complex. Give it to me straight.
No, I think
that's
really
how I feel. But we could have a Nolan episode.
We might have to do that.
All right, when Tenet comes out. Well, that's how far away is that?
2020 is next year. Well, almost a whole year away.
Still, all right. When Tenet comes out, we'll have a Nolan episode. All right, just really quick before we get into D-23.
Yeah.
I know you haven't watched Breaking Bad, but I wasn't even paying attention. I just watched the teaser trailer for El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie.
Yeah.
And this is crazy because, like, when I heard about this movie, I was like, yes. Then I fell straight to Netflix film. I'm like, all right, whatever. Because usually they dump movies to Netflix if they don't think they're going to do well or they think they suck or whatever the case may be, right?
Yeah.
There's exceptions, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But this teaser, I love this teaser because it hinges on the reputation of Heisenberg and Jesse.
Right.
Because it's this crackhead guy's like, I don't know where he is. The moon.
I wouldn't tell you anyway.
He's like, and even if I did, I wouldn't tell you, knowing what they did and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and the thing is, it's funny because if you watch Breaking Bad, right, you see Heisenberg and Jesse, and because they show you get to know them as human beings, right? And the things that they do, they didn't want to do them, but the situations that they were in caused them to do them.
Yeah.
But they still did them. So it caused them
like
to
Barry.
be. It caused them to be these bit larger than life reputations of these gangster dudes that you do not want to mess with.
Right.
Even though it's like if me and you got caught up and we did some crazy stuff, and all of a sudden we're known as these like guys you don't want to mess with. Like it's kind of like that, and it's playing on that with this guy. It's like you don't like. I would not mess with him, even though like realistically, Jesse wouldn't really. Even if this guy did snitch on him, like Jesse wouldn't really do much. Jesse's just trying to survive and get away and get away from the law. So, and I just love that idea about it. And how powerful a reputation is.
Just the name. Yeah, right.
Yeah, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, I can't wait. It actually comes out pretty soon. I think October.
All right.
Comes out in October.
So do I have to watch Breaking Bad before then?
Yeah.
I watched it too. And I was thinking the same thing. Oh man.
Dude. I just like you got me to watch Sopranos, you have to watch Breaking Bad. I think you'll end up loving it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'll finish it in that much time, but still, like, at least you'll get to watch this movie once you finish Breaking Bad. You know, so I definitely, come on, man, that's my challenge to you is watching Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
So here, look, I watched Sopranos. I'm watching Sopranos in The Office. Now you got to watch Breaking Bad and Parks and Rec.
Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's like the similar heavy drama comedy. All right, so D-23. I don't want to go through every little single detail and talk about every little thing, but I'm just gonna kind of make a rundown really quick, okay? So basically, it was a lot of Disney Plus stuff, right?
Yeah.
So Disney Plus, they announced for Marvel they're doing a Moon Knight series, a She-Hulk series, and a Miss Marvel series.
She-Hulk.
Let's talk about that real quick.
That one is, I love that so much.
Yeah.
I love
You know what's funny is I did podcasts with Jake and Brian earlier, and I don't know much about Moon Knight. I'm excited for Miss Marvel, but like not over the moon. But out of those three, I'm more excited about She-Hulk.
Me too.
Just
She-Hulk's great.
And it's Jennifer Walters, right? Yeah. And I'm so intrigued of how they're going to handle that based on the MCU world that they've already built, you know?
She's a lawyer.
Yep.
If you don't know, she's a lawyer. She's his cousin. She gets shot by some mobsters, I guess.
Oh, and what he has to use the gamma? Does he use the gamma radiation to help her survive?
They gotta give her a blood transfusion.
Oh wow!
And he's like right there.
My goodness, so that's so good.
Take his blood
I hope they do that in the show.
That would be. You're right.
And Mark Ruffalo actually.
Right.
Oh my goodness!
And it's really cool because
dude, I was just talking about this today. I was like, I don't know much about her. I know there's an origin story, but I don't know how they're gonna. Dude, I would love that if they did that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm so excited about it.
Dude.
And she's really fun. She's oh man, I want to say maybe like 70.
And can you imagine like Mark Ruffalo like
1980? I
can't give her my blood. Like she's gonna. It might kill her.
He's hesitant.
It's gonna be like it might kill her. And the doctor's gonna be like, it's the only way to save her, and like, let's do it, you know.
That's basically kind of what happened, honestly. And so, and it's really cool because she's like a version where she can go in and out of being a Hulk.
That's cool.
At will, she can control it.
Yeah.
Because she's a calm.
Well, I know there's a lot of times where like she's just walking around as just being her Hulk self.
She just stays that way, and it's really good. I think I'm gonna say maybe it's definitely early '80s when she kind of first appeared. She was doing she was like Deadpool, like maybe 10 years before Deadpool came out. Like she's one of those where she breaks the fourth wall.
Really? Okay, that's cool.
She'll address the writers. She gets in arguments with the writers and the editors.
Wow.
Like, what is this crazy thing you got me doing? I hate this.
And like she's a lawyer too, so she'll
walk through the ads in the comics.
Like
she'll walk from page.
What? That's cool.
Comics and she'll talk to the readers.
That's interesting because
she'll tear up a page.
Harley Quinn does that stuff too. Because I read the Harley Quinn comics and she's always referencing the writers and stuff. And there's even an issue where she's mad about where they took her, and she goes to kill the writers and in the comic, and they actually have themselves in the comic book.
That's what's cool. She's one of those characters that she's aware that she's a comic book character.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's why I've always wanted to see like a.
I wonder if they'll play on that.
To do that in the
because they did it with Deadpool.
Yeah, and we'll see how they handle that when he comes over.
Because I could totally see like the accident happens or the shooting happens.
Yeah.
She wakes up and she's like, "What's going on?" And she's like, "What are you looking at? Talking to the screen or something?" Like, because if that's true to the character, then that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. So I'd love to see that. But the other two are great.
Yeah, I'm excited for all three.
People have been calling for Miss Marvel for a long time.
And we talked about that when that was announced that they might be doing that. So
and she's an Inhuman, technically. I don't know if they're going to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I wonder how they're going to handle that. She's in the new game, that new Avengers game.
Yes.
So, but that would be cool. It would be great to see that. I know Mindy Kaling, remember she wanted to be.
Yeah, she's going to, I think she'll be involved somehow. Yeah,
so that'd be cool. So, and then Moon Knight, Pillman.
Oh yeah, he's definitely like a he's not an A-list Marvel character, but he's definitely a character that people want to see.
Yeah, forever. So Depending on which version, I think he's kind of crazy, right? Isn't he like a kind of a maniac?
I heard he's actually literally insane.
Crazy guy.
Like he's a maniac, but he's a very dark noir type character, kind of like a Batman in a way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm excited for all three, but definitely, She-Hulk would probably be my number one out of those three. Sure. And then for Disney Plus regarding Star Wars, they announced that Clone Wars is going to come out in February.
Okay. So
and they officially announced the Obi-Wan series. Ewan McGregor came out on stage. They officially announced it, and they dropped a Mandalorian trailer on Friday. So
tell you what. Okay, so
let's get into it.
Let me do. Let's do Obi-Wan real quick first. What took so long?
I don't know.
What took so long? We knew it.
I don't think they knew that they were going to do a series the whole time. I think it was
movie.
It was going to be a movie until
people were saying trilogy.
It was going to be
for a while
a movie until Solo bombed. I guarantee you that's what happened.
Yeah, you might be right.
Guarantee you that's what happened.
I think you might be right.
Yeah,
I think you might be right there. So,
and I used to want a film instead of a TV show, hands down. But I'm kind of open to a TV show now because we get more time with him.
Right.
And it's so perfect. It's gonna take 8.
And this is better.
It's gonna take place 8 years after Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just about to ask.
And that makes me think. I don't think.
So before Rogue One.
I don't think him and Vader didn't see each other that whole time between Sith and New Hope. Because think about this. When did he find out that Anakin was still alive? There's no record of that in canon.
Good. Yeah.
So what happens when he finds out that Anakin's still alive? And also, I guarantee you, Liam Neeson is appearing in this series.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And what is Liam Neeson going to have to say about that? I asked you to train this boy, and you have to bring him back one more time. That's what I think is going to happen. Who knows? But
or are we going to see a version of Luke in this? Are we going to see
maybe? Well, all right. So Luke will
obviously not.
Luke will be 8.
Yeah, be a little.
And if it's 8 years after Revenge of the Sith,
it'd be 8.
Luke will be 8, and
right.
Joel Edgerton will be in the show. I'm not saying it wasn't announced.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm saying.
But I'm predicting.
Yeah, maybe.
That because who else? Why wouldn't he?
Uncle Owen. Yeah.
Why wouldn't he?
Yeah.
I guarantee you.
All right.
But I mean, Obi-Wan is my favorite character of all time in Star Wars. I can't say more about this. And it's Ewan McGregor playing him. It's just, I'm so happy about that.
Could be Ben. He's going to just change his name to Ben. At what point does he go by Ben?
That's true.
And when is he? Is that an act, or did he really kind of go nuts a little bit? I've always wondered. Like, did he lose a little bit?
No, I think
in his solitude. Did he?
I think that it's kind of
with Yoda, it was an act.
I think it's more of like, he's trying to hide his Force abilities and that he just seems crazy, but he's really not. That's kind of what I think it is.
I think Obi-Wan, he might be kind of an eccentric dude, though. Just by nature, anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What, you just think he went crazy just chilling on that planet by himself the whole time?
Yeah, maybe. No, I think you're right. Just to throw people off, he doesn't want to
doing shrooms on Tatooine, just
sticks. What are the
death sticks. He's like finally he finds that guy and does some death sticks.
Hey, yeah, I'll take a couple.
Yeah, exactly. And the guy's like, "What? I'm clean now."
Yeah. Right.
Ever since you told me to go fix my life. Clone Wars, not much to say. We just have a February release, which is fine. We can't get everything on the opening of Disney, on the launch of Disney Plus.
Just one season, right?
I think so. It's gonna because you can't because it goes straight into Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, okay. So just the one. Okay. Yeah. So they're gonna. Oh yeah, we see that in the. Yeah, right. Okay.
So, dude, the Mandalorian trailer.
I just watched this. Friday night. I wasn't paying attention, so I didn't know that it came out, and I just. What? Oh my god.
Dude. Is this not the greatest thing you've seen in recent
memory?
This
and I'm like, this is a show? Like, oh my god. I heard it's, 15? I heard they spent like 15 million, upwards of 15 million each episode.
The quality of the special effects and everything. A film. I showed it to my brother, and he's a big Star Wars fan too, and he was like, when does that come out in theaters?
Yeah, right.
And I was like, it's a show. And he's like, what?
My son did the same thing. He's like, oh, this is the Mandalorian? I was like, yes. Like, wow, this looks like a movie. I'm like, it looks like
a straight, yeah.
Like, it looks like episode 9. Like, whatever that's going to be. Like, wow.
Dude, the quality looks amazing. It's making me... I love the tone.
Right.
And the just the feel they're going for.
And it is, what's his name? Is playing him, right?
Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
It is him.
It is him, yeah.
Okay. And he's not Boba Fett.
No, he's not Boba Fett.
Thankfully.
No. It's Pedro Pascal.
It's Boba Fett.
And he's actually a Mandalorian.
An actual...
Because Boba Fett's not a Mandalorian.
Is that Mandalore?
I don't think so. No, I think he's a lone gunslinger, so he's off doing his own thing.
Okay.
He's a bounty hunter.
Yeah. Okay, so he's just... Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So he's just going from place to place.
Yeah. Dude, just all the shots.
All those rows of...
in the
carbonite.
Yes. Thing? Oh my goodness, dude! And I love the way because they're playing the music and it kind of pauses on. It shows the guy in the thing, and then it kind of pans out, and it's like, what, dude? And
Werner Herzog in there.
This is like a TV mature show.
Yeah.
Because, dude, do you see that when he makes the guy fall back, and then the spinning door closes on him? I'm like, what?
Wow. Yeah,
they won't even do that in like episode 9. They wouldn't show that much violence in it. Like, that's, dude. I'm over the moon because I was excited for The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
But not this excited.
I was just like, okay, it'll be cool. But now that I've seen this, like, oh man,
I can't believe it. To be honest.
And I just heard today it's going to be week to week. They're going to release it week to week.
I love that.
Which is awesome. That's exactly what I wanted. So
I love that.
That's cool.
Because the thing we could talk about.
It's going to lead right into the.
We could talk about it every week.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We'll probably be doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Well. Absolutely. We'll be doing at least 10 minutes a show on the last Mandalorian episode.
It looks great. Gina Carano in there. It looks good. It looks really, really, really good. So
absolutely. So that wasn't the only Star Wars stuff we got. So we got a little information on Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker. So they showed some footage.
All right. Yeah.
They showed some footage, and all in all, the biggest thing they showed, apparently at the end of this footage, there's a shot of Rey stepping out of a shadow with a black cloak on, and she ignites a red lightsaber and then ignites the other side.
Yeah.
Now, look, if they're doing this, I want it to be real. I don't want it to be a stupid vision or force vision or fake stuff. If it was a vision or anything, save it for the movie. Because if in the right context, if you're like showing something like Palpatine's messing with her mind, that's fine. But don't show us ahead of time and try to trick us and make us think and build up these expectations in our head, and then it's in the movie. Like,
we're on the same page here.
Because I already know it's a vision, dude.
Or it's something that's not, because they're not going to end this thing with Rey being evil and turning to the dark side. There's no way. Every Star Wars movie.
That's the thing. Come out, if they were gonna do that, I'd rather them just do it. Like, just don't mess with us. In my opinion,
I agree with you. Yeah, you're right.
But there's no time. If they do that, there's not enough time for it.
That's what I'm saying.
You have to show her full turn to the dark side.
Right. And it wouldn't even make sense after these two. Like, that's what I'm saying. But I agree with you. If you're gonna do it, do it for real, and then just figure out a way to make it make sense. Whatever. So I agree with you because hearing that, it makes it feel kind of Rian Johnson-y, kind of weird, like stuff like with her in the mirror with all the images. And I kind of thought about that kind of thing, and I'm like, okay, listen, I don't know why that would happen.
See, I already know it's going to be like, this is what you could become.
Yeah,
like, type thing.
And if it's, I'm like, okay.
Because then it's not real and doesn't mean anything.
Right. It'd be way more impactful. I don't want them to do it. But it'd be way more impactful if she does turn.
Then I'd be like, okay, that's what you're doing?
Wow.
Show me how.
I'd be blown away because every Star Wars movie ends with some semblance of hope. You know, regardless of what just happened. Even Empire Strikes Back ends a little bit hopeful where, you know, Luke's awake and he's reunited with Leia and, you know, they're going to go try to find Han. And
exactly,
But, man, if they end this whole thing with, Rey's turning to the dark side.
But how would that tie into the rise of Skywalker? Why?
Right.
And this goes back to what I've said from the beginning. You can't just throw that title out there and just because you think it's a cool title and it's an epic title and it sounds like a good title for the end of the Skywalker saga, but it not actually mean anything.
Unless there's that. I mean, obviously, there's so much we don't know. So
yeah.
One of my daughters was like, "What if she's a twin? What if there's a twin of Rey?" And
no,
what if Palpatine's been training a twin? Like, what? Where has they been then? And then what was? If that's the case, no one knew about that. And Snoke didn't know that was going on. Why would he be trying to find? Maybe that's why he wanted Rey to fight the. I don't know. Who knows? It's so crazy, but.
Yeah, I don't know. I already know it's a.
And what's Kylo Ren? How does he factor in this thing? Like,
I would put $100 on it being a Force vision or a dark vision that Palpatine's messing with her head or something like that, or a dream that she's having. Yeah. She's paranoid about turning to the dark side or something like that.
Because the big thing is about this time, kind of this time last year, or 2 years ago, whatever it was, for the Last Jedi trailer was the image of Kylo Ren reaching out his hand.
Exactly.
And we thought that.
But at least that's actually in the movie, in real.
Yeah.
We didn't see her response to it in the trailer. We just saw him doing that, and it actually happened.
Yeah.
So that's the thing with me is you can do misdirected trailers. You can.
Yeah.
But knowing how sensitive all the Star Wars fans are.
Especially after The Last Jedi.
Because now I'm
Don't be doing...
Wait a minute, is she on the dark side? And so... It's fine.
I heard that, and I saw that fan image, and I went,
yeah.
What?
yeah. We'll see. The thing is, if they were like, this is 100% actually real in the movie, then we can give our thoughts on it. Like, we can speculate, how does that become? But I can't even do that, because I already know it's not real.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, yeah. All right, well, on the Marvel film side, we didn't get too much, but... We did get some Black Widow footage. We see a new suit, or old suit, but new to us, in a white suit that she has.
Still got the red hair.
So. Red hair, and apparently the other actress in the film, I forget her name right now, but she was just in Midsommar.
Okay.
She's playing her sister.
Is it her real sister?
I think so.
Okay.
Playing her sister, and then obviously we know David Harbour is playing Red Guardian, who's the Russian Captain America. Right. I'm digging it. I mean, just hearing this information, I'm excited for this movie. I love this character. We literally have Endgame on right now, and we're just watching a prominent Black Widow scene. So yeah, not much about that.
Get the image of. You see in the poster, you see Taskmaster a little bit.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
The poster looks pretty cool.
Yeah, and then we got Black Panther's release date is May 6, 2022, which is 3 years from now. So we'll check in on that in 3 years. And then they announced nothing else regarding it. Did you hear how they were acting at the... Ryan Coogler came out, and it was him and Kevin Feige. Yeah. And then Kevin Feige was like, do you think we should tell him what the title is? And then Ryan Coogler was like, nah, I don't think we should. And then Kevin Feige's like, do you think we should tell him who the villain is? And he's like, nah, I don't think we should. And then it's like, well, here's the release date, and that was it.
Really?
Yeah.
So it may not even be just Black Panther 2.
What makes me think that it has a different title, and the villain's huge.
It must be.
You know what? I didn't come up with this, but I was watching another internet show, and another fan said this. What if Magneto was the villain for Black Panther?
Magneto?
Just somehow. Like, this... Alright, so they were saying, like... so they were playing on if... Because there's been speculation, like, what if an African-American actor played Magneto, right? Which is totally fine. Because the thing is, you have to adapt the character to fit this timeline, right? Yeah. So they were saying, what if he's a victim of racial things, like in the 1960s, right? And then he's like, he finds out, he knows about Wakanda, and he's like, there's this African nation who could have helped with these racial things going on in the world, and they did nothing. And he has a bitterness towards them. And he decides to attack Wakanda. What does Magneto do? What is his power?
Oh, certainly, yeah.
And what is Wakanda made out of? So, imagine what he could do with the vibranium.
Oh, of course.
He could rip the city out of the ground. Is what I'm saying. I think that would be interesting. They didn't say this. This is all speculation.
Sure. But my only issue is just, again, how are they going to incorporate what he is and like how?
Well, that's the thing because I mean,
mutants with like
the thing is you
people with
could
abilities.
do that now though. You could have him.
Yeah, we're going to explain where these people are and where they came from and how they got there.
Well, all right. You don't even have to do that at this point. To everybody else, he is a mutant, right? But to everybody else, he's just another superpowered being. So like you can deal with the mutant aspect later on in the MCU. Not saying that,
there'd be a lot of people wondering where
they're referring.
Where have you been?
There's a big villain coming. I think for Black Panther 2. Other two options for me, I think would be
Storm
as a villain.
At first, maybe.
But Namor, which they have a big conflict like Atlantis versus Wakanda.
They possibly referenced that in
that could be possible. Yeah. Or Doctor Doom. Like a Latveria versus Wakanda
I think
type
that's
thing.
More likely than anything. Yeah. I would go with that.
Because I would love to see there's a conflict between these two nations.
Because he does have ties to the Fantastic Four as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Black Panther. He's actually been a member of the Fantastic Four at
so I could see that too.
I think this is most.
And like I could totally see T'Challa and Reed Richards being good friends. Because what if he went to school with Reed Richards and Victor Von Doom?
Yeah, maybe that'd be it. Yeah,
that would be interesting.
That's possible. I think that's the most likely of the ones.
Of the three. Well, at least he is connected to Namor and possibly Doctor Doom as well.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple new Eternals cast members. Kit Harington, the most notable, announced as playing Dane Whitman, one of the characters to take on the Black Knight mantle. I don't know anything about Black Knight. Do you?
He's Captain America, pretty much.
Oh, really?
He's a British super soldier.
Oh, okay.
So, and
interesting.
I think he has a sword. His sword, I think. I don't know.
His sword is like superpowered or something. Yeah. Like a magical sword.
It's like Excalibur kind of sort of thing. So, I don't know if they're gonna do that in the movies, but it's interesting. Yeah, it'd be cool to see. I know people wanted him to be Kit Harington to be Wolverine. We were like, it's gonna be Wolverine. Like, hold on, but
I actually don't think that's a good fit. To be honest, him as Wolverine.
I don't think so either.
He's too low key. I don't know. He's
right.
too like.
I don't know much
like
about
just
Jon
not.
Snow.
I can't see him be. I mean, who knows? I've only seen him as Jon Snow, so maybe he's a fantastic actor outside of that. But he's just too mellow.
Doesn't seem like
he's too mellow.
That's what I kind of.
Yeah. Which is fine. This is great. And apparently, like, so he's in Eternals, right? But Black Knight is not an Eternal character. He's an Earth-based character.
I'm surprised to hear that.
But apparently the Eternals have been on Earth this whole time. So I like that they're having an Earthbound character be in this film and kind of maybe be the connection between Earth. Yeah, exactly. So cool. So out of everything, there's a whole bunch of other stuff at D23. There's some Pixar stuff.
Yeah.
There was some Soul details, which sounds interesting. There was some Onward details. There was a Disney animation stuff, a new movie called Raya and the Last Dragon, and some Frozen 2 stuff. Soul sounds pretty deep.
It is. Yeah.
They said like the main character actually dies and he's
falls into some kind of hole,
and he's just
it's his soul.
It's just his soul, and then there's another soul who never went on to become a human, and things like that. And then Onward, actually, the two characters are brothers, and their dad died, and their whole mission is to take this magical staff to try to bring their dad back. So a lot of deep stuff. But out of everything that you heard from D23, what would you say the biggest standout is to you?
I think the biggest one is certainly like that Mandalorian thing we just talked about.
That's the thing for me. To me, it's the Mandalorian trailer, which is probably the best and most exciting thing, or officially announcing Obi-Wan.
But that was going to be my own.
Yeah, it's one of those two.
Yeah. Although
I mean, the She-Hulk, the new 3 shows were very surprising.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah.
So, and it's cool. Like I love that they're doing cool and different stuff.
Well, to me, I keep saying this. Like, it feels like a comic book now. Just it feels like the comics.
Right.
The way they're doing the shows and the movies now.
And we're getting just newer, different stuff. Not just this person's trying to take over the universe.
And which is weird. Like, so apparently
new stuff.
In WandaVision, Kat Dennings is returning as her character from Thor 1 and Thor 2 in WandaVision.
I wonder why.
And Randall Park is returning as his character from Ant-Man and the Wasp in WandaVision. Isn't that weird?
What is this show going to be, man? I'm curious to see that.
So they said it's like a
wow, okay.
It's a mix between an epic Marvel movie and a like a 60s sitcom.
Well, isn't from the character from Captain Marvel is supposed to be in it as well?
Yes,
girl, the adult version.
Yeah, exactly. So how do all these characters come together?
Yeah,
which it's going to be weird.
Well, it leads me to wonder, man. We won't know till Phase 5, but are they doing a kind of a Avengers disassembled or a House of M thing with Scarlet?
I think so. Oh yeah,
Wanda?
I think
clearly she's going to be losing.
Rewrites reality somehow, and the thing is, the WandaVision leads directly into Doctor Strange 2, which is called the Multiverse of Madness. Yeah. So she creates the Multiverse of Madness, is what I'm guessing, and Doctor Strange has to fix it.
Try to fix it.
It's going to be crazy because who knows who would win in that fight.
Right. So.
All right, well, that's going to do it for Bartley and Barnes this week. We're almost hitting an hour here. That was fun talking some D-23. I can't wait. I'm trying to finish Sopranos as fast as I can just because I want to. I can't wait for us to talk about it. And like I said, whatever's going on in the news sphere, we're talking about just Sopranos. We might even have to just do like 2 episodes, meaning we'll just do 1 episode dedicated to Sopranos and then 1 to other stuff or something like that.
Sure. Special Sopranos.
Exactly. Episode. Like, it doesn't matter. Even if it's like on the bye week of our show, we'll do it. All right, Keith. Thanks, man. That was fun. Good luck on your fantasy football team. We'll catch up on that later. And thank you all for listening. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Subscribe to Apocalypse Movies as well. See y'all next time.